And welcome, episode 2 of Alpha Dad Mindset. My apologies. Alright, I told you guys I would get these videos done on Monday. I had a lot going on this week. I wasn't able to get it in on Monday, but we're here now. Let's do it. Alpha Dad Mindset, episode 2. We're going to be talking about expectations today. The expectations of being a dad, being a father to be, and maybe the anxiety that comes with all those expectations. And like I said in the first episode I did of Alpha Dad Mindset, I was talking about my experience that I found out about 3-4 months ago that I'm a father to be myself. And girlfriend's due date is about March, April. So yeah, and you find, we did what everybody does. We keep it quiet in the beginning, the first couple months, and then we tell everybody after the first trimester. Like, now we know, like, okay, it's locked in. This is happening. This little guy is on his way. All right, cool. But what I want to talk today is about expectations and talk about those moments you have as a guy, as a dad, a father to be. Those quiet moments that you have to yourself in the car, you're going to work, in the gym, or those quiet moments at night when you're watching TV, drinking a beer, and then you're thinking about the future, and you're thinking about what is it going to be like when I'm holding this person in my hands that I created. And what's life going to be like? How's life going to change? And what's life going to be like as a dad? What's it going to be like? Is it going to be awesome and wonderful and magical, or is it going to be exhausting and tiring, and I'm just going to be stressed all the time, and I just, you don't know what to expect. Then you have all these ideas and images in your head, and like, oh, cool, yeah, you're going to take your son or take your daughter out, out to the movies for the first time, out to the park for the first time, or imagine this happened to me a few weeks back, since we're approaching Halloween. And this Halloween, I started to think about, wow, oh, this is my last Halloween without having a child. This is my last childless Halloween. Like, next year, I'm going to be celebrating Halloween with my son. Holy damn. Well, stuff like that brings a smile to my face, and it's fun, and it's exciting. Then, you're going to spend your first Christmas together next year. Oh, that's going to be fun. That's going to be exciting. So, there could be positive expectations. There could be negative ones, too, because you hear all these stories about, well, yeah, the first 6 months of being a dad, you're not going to be able to sleep. You're and your wife and your girlfriend, you're going to be up all the time, and you're just never going to get a solid 6 hours of sleep, and you're going to be stressed, and you're going to be tired, and you just want this baby to go to bed, and you don't know what to do. And you're asking, and that's what I did for me, is I asked around people that I know, people in my social groups. I asked around to parents, like, what it's like having a child for the first time, just to get a little insight, because I've never done this myself. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what to expect. You get some advice on what to do. And if you guys don't know, I work with children for my job during the day, and I didn't want to get in this mentality that just because I work with kids as a professional, does that by any stretch of the imagination mean that, oh, I know how to handle this dad thing, right? Yeah, I know what to do, right? No, it's a completely different dynamic and relationship you have. Relationship I have with kids, or kids that I work with. It's a professional environment. This kid's not going to be a professional environment. I'm going to be his father, so it's a completely different dynamic. I work with kids. I know how to do that job, right? I know how to be Mr. Logan. I don't know how to be dad. two very different things. I don't know how to do that because I've never done that. Does that give me an edge over being a father? Yeah, of course it gives me an edge. Doesn't mean I know how to do the job, and I'm going to be learning just like you guys. And I was talking to another friend of mine, and they were saying that you have to, your mind's going to wander, and you're going to have different images of what in your head of what it's going to be like, different expectations, good and bad. But the important thing is to, especially when you get closer to the birth date, is to drop expectations. And to be, because sometimes those expectations get very attached, emotionally attached to the expectations, especially the good ones that you want to happen, right? Like spending, like I'm looking forward to like spending the first Halloween together with my son, first Christmas together with my son. That's gonna be exciting. First birthday, the first summer vacation, first family vacation. Me, my son, my girlfriend get to spend together. Stuff like that. Expectations. But the problem is you get very emotionally attached to those expectations, and when those expectations don't pan out for whatever reason, you try to make that happen, but for whatever reason they don't happen, you're let down and you're discouraged, and that brings your morale down. And you question yourself and you doubt yourself. Wow, maybe I'm not the parent, the dad who I thought I would be, because all these things that I was expecting as a dad is just not turning out, and you realize not everything you expect to happen will happen. And that's actually something that I'm training myself to do, is to let go of certain expectations and just handle what's in front of me. Especially thinking expectations when it comes to thinking long term. You have an idea of what I have an idea of what I want my son to be like when he's older. Yeah, of course, I want him to be like me. Of course, every father wants that. Yeah, I want my son to be like me. Yeah, why? Because I'm awesome. Yeah, of course. He may not want to be like you. He's going to be his own person as he grows up and he gets older. And you got to be okay with detaching from that, because you can't force those expectations, very unrealistic expectations, on them, and that's not okay. It's important to have a vision and have values and have principles and teach your kids that. But when they grow older, they're going to become their own person, and they're going to appreciate the values that you bestowed upon them, or they're not going to like it, and they're going to create their own rules, their own narratives, their own laws for their own life. Some of them that they may have taken from you as the parent, some of them they may have learned on their own. Some things I've taken from my parents, some things I've just learned on my own, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And I think it's important not to think, like I said, not to think too long term. And for me, like, take it a year. Son will be here in March, April, and I'm just focusing on that first year, getting through that first year of 3 a.m. feedings, lots of crying, lots of pooping, all that. And just getting through that first year of that, and just taking him on walks and adventures as much as I can, and that's it. Lots of food, lots of feedings, lots of diapers, lots and lots of diapers to be changed, and that's it. And what I'm expecting is that a part of it is going to be a lot of fun and very enjoyable and very emotionally gratifying. And I'm expecting, like so many people have told me, that it's going to be very, very hard. I'm going to be very sleep deprived. And you got to be able to expect the good and the bad, because it's something I thought about I was driving home on Sunday, and it's something I was thinking about, is like, it's not always going to be great and wonderful. And that's what I've been told over and over again from fathers that I know, is It's great, it's wonderful having kids, but not every single moment is going to be wonderful and great. Some of it's going to suck. You're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted, you're just going to be so fed up with the crying, the complaining, and you got to be okay with that. You got to be able to have good stress coping skills and be able to, I guess, see the light at the end of the tunnel and realize those bad moments, they're bad moments. They don't last forever. You'll be tired, you'll be exhausted, but they don't last forever. But those good moments are the moments you really attach yourself to, and those you really try to enjoy as much as possible. Just remember that. Expect those bad moments, because when you expect those bad moments, you can handle it a lot better. And when those great moments and wonderful moments with your kids happen, you're gonna be more enjoyable, because you'll know how to handle it a lot better and be able to drop certain expectations when you have a child for the first time. And that's what I plan to do, is be able to drop those expectations, because if my expectations are up here, and if they don't live up to it, then my morale is going to drop. I'm going to be discouraged, and that will do what? Affect my performance as a dad. So drop those expectations. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. Do me a big favor and like, comment, subscribe. I'll be getting Alpha Dad Mindset videos in every week, every Mondays, if I can, every Mondays. And next week will be Alpha Dad Mindset episode 3, and I'll be talking about having a vision for your child and having a vision for your family. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.